Welcome everybody to the second round of the Touring Car Championship 2020 here in the IVRC Championship. We're here in Turagua, Venezuela for round number 2 out of 16, which will make up this 2020 championship. And we're on for qualifying already. It's a very short track, 2.29 kilometers long, around 143 miles, I believe. And we're on for a very compact grid. I think it is 25 or 20 a lot. 27 day. That's going to be the grid. I mean, that's going to be the grid participating today, not the grid, because the grid is about to be set for race number 1. Remember, for race number 2, the grid goes completely reverse. We have Ernest Emrus alongside one of the new boys, which is Willemsen. We're going to talk about them now throughout qualifying, because there's a few new boys who have just spawned. We're going to switch to Thomas Willemsen, new boy here for the FRA Sakib Racing. And we also have new boys Agustin Bustamante, who has been racing on the WEC but now joins the TCC with Esel Racing. Damien Klein, also Dutch as what was it, Thomas Willemsen. And we also have Peter Jones making his debut as well. He was signed, but he didn't come. Kenneth Raglan also participating today, who wasn't in Curitiba. And I'm looking for the other new boy hasn't come yet or isn't coming. Anyways, we've got not many new faces for today who weren't here last 2 weeks ago. Sorry. But we have qualifying already underway, and right now Ernest Emrys gets the quickest lap time, as now does Constantine Grimminger, and one of the CS cars, that's Angel Gonzalez, goes a little bit wide. We're going to have a look for Max Verka, who is around 4 tenths down on the quickest lap time right now by Peter Jones, with a 104.8, teammate of his, of course. Angel, who is pitting right now. Also, Francisco Vasquez, the only driver to finish both races and to have no points. And I'm going to not commentate what's going on track, because I'm going to tell you the race results were pretty much changed a lot. And we had a few disqualifications. On race 1, Pablo Lopez was disqualified because of turning into David Hernandez. He's a other Spanish driver, a little bit of Spanish drama there. And on race number 2, Alfie Bevan for FRA and Francisco Vasquez for Tevez Shadow Swinigel were disqualified for brake checking other drivers. So that's pretty much it. The only driver who didn't finish any of the races was Unai Awado. And leading the championship is Sven Gilhood with 41 points, then Xabi Ross with 33, Michael Tickman with 31, Carlos Frau is 4th with 29, then Sverka, Grimminger, Rodriguez, Ambrose, Hernandez, Lauren Vicious, rounding up the top 10. On the team's championship though, we have Tier Bluebus leading with 69 points, with MPG second on 46, then FRA on 45, and Repsol Swinigal on 26 is 4th. Team Bernie, Rotodos, Tebes Shadow, Swinigal, and Esla Racing, Bravo Racing, and Team Tempest rounding off top 10 as well. On the constructors, we have Opel, who have 45 points, equal to Volkswagen, who have 45 as well, on first place. Then we have Cupra with 27, Audi with 19, and Peugeot with 16. I think only one of the teams is running the Peugeot car, which is Team Bernie. So it's pretty much Team Bernie fighting on the constructors alone. And then on the Rookies Cup, the championship made only for rookies, obviously. Xavi Ross leads with 50 points, as he was the best rookie in both races. Then Fran Rodriguez, Ernest Emrys, David Hernandez, Loreso, Richard Wonders, Angel Gonzalez, Martinez Jurgel, Vicious, Josh Jones, and Jonathan Holohan rounding off the top 10. Back on track though, we have pretty much everybody's set a lap time. Well, not everybody. We have 5 drivers who haven't. And right now, Philip Voland is leading on pole, should I say, with Peter Jones second and Unai Awado, who had a little bit of a torrid time in Curitiba, but he wants to make up those 2 retirements. He hasn't got his enemy, should we say, or the one driver he fought with, because he had a big incident with David Hernandez, but he's not here today, it seems. So he's pretty much got a little bit of free air. He's got to think about it, but he's less than a tenth behind pole. Indeed, only 22 thousandths of pole. Being very close today. Max Verk on 4th. Then we have Gilhood, Grimminger, Frau, Lauren Vicious, Ross, and Auge. But we're going to stick with Unai Awado, a little bit off the track right there, into turn number 4 and then 5. It's they're very close here in Venezuela, these corners. As I said, it's a very short track, so you need to be really quick on some parts of the track, because there's not much more places to gain time. As you can see, the times are very close because it's only 22 thousandths between first and third. And right now, the last of the drivers is at 3 seconds and a quarter behind. Last of the lap times, of course, because there's 28 drivers. This is Konstantin Grimminger, team leader for MPG competition. He's going to go into turn number 6. Very good on the curves, leaving a little bit of space, exiting that corner on the 75-meter marks. Well, no, not the marks, but on the halfway between the 150, not touching the apex on the center of the corner, and down into this little bit of kink back straight with 2 kinks, which lead into final corner, which is another hairpin. There's a little bit of 3 hairpins here, I think. Turn 11 and into the main straight. He's a little bit behind up the times. 2 tenths and a half behind Philip Voland. Where is he going to go? He doesn't improve. 4 tenths off his best time. Into the hairpin now. A little bit of track. I think that's not legal. I don't think that's too legal. Oh, and he goes wide into turn number 4. Right now, we have Sverker improving on the leader's lap time. But this is Sverk. We have a very weird camera here, so we have to be really close when they are here. We want to see it a little bit. But goes through the kinks. Into the final corner, he's going to go 48-1 right now, 1/10 off the leader. And we're waiting for Sven Gilhood, by the way, because Gilhood is very good in qualifying. I think he's got now 5 or 6 poles. And he's not appeared yet on the timing sheets today. And he's 19 thousandths. I think I could really read 19 or 39 thousandths of his best lap time. 1/10 away from Philip Voland. German versus German, it should be. Then we have a little bit of everything. Sven Gilhood is 6th. It's a very close field. So being like, he's 3 tenths off pole. It's very close today. And Unai is waiting to start his final lap, because from now onwards, as you cross the line, you have 1 final lap, and he needs to go quick because it's only 30 seconds remaining, and I don't know whether you can get that quick. But maybe we're on to seeing Unai miss a checkered flag. I think he's going to miss it. I'm pretty sure he's going to miss it. 15 seconds remain. That's one of the FRAs. That's Oscar Evers Johnson, who is currently in last. And I think he's going to miss it. Indeed, I think he made the calculations wrong. And he's missed it. Unai has missed it. And he's not going to make the lap. So right now, I think that would be Philip Voland on pole, but we have to wait because we have to see how Peter Jones is doing in the Repsol Swinigal. I didn't catch what number it is, and let me check quickly. Number 20, Peter Jones. He's 1 second apart, and you're not going to gain 1 second here. It's pretty much done, and I don't know whether Unai has noticed he's not on the lap. I think Unai hasn't noticed because he's just going he's still going quick, but and also Mark is trying his last chance. No, he's going into the pits. So I think we can call it now. Pole for MPG, pole for Philip Volan. He claimed it early, and he hasn't improved his final lap. But we say he claimed it early, and he did it. He started first pole of the season for Philip Volan. And my image is kind of frozen. Now it is back. With the Opel Astra. Both poles for the Opel Astra already. So we're going to have a quick look at the... Oh! There's a little bit of drama at the pit entry. That's Grimminger blocking the pit entry. He's lost the front of his car. So... Anyways, we're gonna check quickly how the grid will look into race number 1. Philip Volan claims pole for MPG competition. Second will be Peter Jones on his debut for Repsol Swinigal Racing. Unai Awada is third, with Sverka fourth and Grimminger fifth. Ben Gilhood is sixth, with Lopez, Ross, Larinavicius and Warnders rounding off the top 10. 3 of the MPG drivers in the top 10. Then we have Aurimas Auga for Team Tempest, Carlos Frau, the last MPG, should we say, and Jesus Quirinos in 13th, Gonzalez, Jurgen Lavicius, Gausitis, Rodriguez, Williamson, Ross, Teglas, Jansen, Francisco Vasquez in 22nd, and Alfie Bevan, not a good qualifying from the British driver, Bustamante and Klein. Not qualified, we have Carlos Alvarez and Kenneth Ragland and Jonathan Holohan, with the other new boy, Kevin Voix, who's just left the session, out. That's pretty much it, and I'm sorry I just said something that is completely wrong. Alfie Bevan, I said British because he carries the United Kingdom flag. He's carrying the Union Jack, but he's Welsh. He's from Wales. So sorry for that and for calling you British, but he's actually Welsh. They are now going out for, I think this should be the warm-up. Let me check. It is the warm-up. And we should have around 26, more than 26 drivers actually. We should have 28 or 29 today, which is a lot. And we're going to check how some are doing for the warm-up, as we have one of the new boys, Damien Clean. Driver from, what is it? It's a Dutch driver. I'm checking my notes. Dutch driver for FRA's Akiv Racing, Damien Klein, number 52, was just signed today, I believe. Also signed today or recently, Thomas Williamson and Kevin Voix, all 3 Dutch. Number 90 for Kevin Voix, number 71 for Thomas Williamson. And the other new boy, Agustin Bustamante, signed for Essel Racing. We have a few drivers who haven't made their debut yet. Those are, for example, Anthony Delara is yet to make his debut. He's not appeared either today. This is Unai Awado, who is going to practice a start. I don't think this is allowed. I don't think this is allowed. Oh! And was it? I think that was Fran. No, that was Pablo Lopez who was coming really quick, and he's crashed into one of the new boys. I'm going to call them the new boys, not rookies. I prefer new boys. And this is Vasquez like starting a lap. I don't know whether this is allowed or whether there's been something said in the briefing that they can do this on the warm up. I'm really not sure. Pablo Lopez has had to go into the pits to fix his car. That's Xavi Ross stopped. He's also practicing the starts. And they're all stopping around. I didn't know this was allowed, but like it is. A little bit of chaos there as Martinez Ukelavic and Peter Jones come together, and we're going to check if any of the new guys. David Hernandez has just joined, so you and I, be aware, you're probably going to have a hard time there. And I think one of the new drivers for Sakib, for FRA Sakib, is not joining after all. So as we said, we have the first one we have been talking about. I already forgot his name. It's a lot of drivers. Trust me, it's not as easy as it can look. Klein. I mean Klein. He's got a very weird name, but I'll try to remember him with Clean. I'm going. I don't know how this name's pronounced. I'll maybe say Clean or Clean. And huge crash that is. Was it Xavi Ross maybe? And Oscar Rivera Johnson making his first appearance of the season for FRA. And Kenneth Ragland stopped. So yeah, this is a warm up. They're all just trying things for the race. Nobody's actually trying to set a quick lap time now. The quickest lap time of the warm up. 4/10 of pole. Sorry. So the race is set to start. We have 29 drivers. And it's going to be a big chaos because it's a 2-kilometer circuit. Pablo Lopez is bugged. Has Pablo Lopez started or what? Because Pablo Lopez is really bugged. But there you have the safety car. Going to be a rolling start. The safety car is going to be a rolling start. Shouldn't be. I'm going to tell you that. Shouldn't be a rolling start. Maybe it's just a formation lap. It's looking like it's going to be a formation lap. There you have Yazel Racing actually as a safety car. But we have a little bit of time yet. Max Verker. Everyone now on the grid. I think they should all be there. And indeed, we're having a formation lap. I don't think I'm the only. What? Someone's missing. Someone's actually missing. I think not. Unai? Wasn't there some? I'm sure there was somebody between Boland and Unai, but I can't remember now. Or have they taken a penalty? I don't know. I'm checking, but I'm checking everybody for real. I can't remember whether there was somebody second that exact moment, but really weird for me. Philip has taken the safety car, and they've all gone. So I think this is going to be. We're going to wait because I think they're going to reset it to put the normal start on. Yep, exactly. They're going to restart to put the normal start on. So, by the way, in case you don't know me, I haven't told my name yet, but I'm Jose Miguel Moronta from Spain here, commentating for you today. As it's been for the last month and a half that I've been at pretty much every race since the 6 hours of Daytona, and we may have or may not have a big announcement coming soon. But for now, we can't say anything. Or at least I shouldn't know anything. That's first, but you know, no news come, news go. And right now I have some kind of knowledge that people doesn't, and yeah. So comments on the TCC chat. And comments in the TCC chat about 29 drivers at Turagua. What could go wrong? Pretty much everything can go wrong at that track. You see how thin it is, uh how less how short of space they will be whenever they lap someone, because I'm sure there's going to be someone lapped. It's a 2.29 kilometer track, 1.43 miles, 1.42 miles, sorry. 11 turns, 7 to the right and 4 to the left, just like Curitiba, and founded in 1972. And we're also going to remind you, after this, we're going to go to the United States of America to race in Road Atlanta before we go into an European tour, which will take us from the United Kingdom, Brands Hatch, on April the 25th, up to Brno in the 14th round. From the 4th round to the 14th round in the October 21st, we're going to be in Europe, going from Brands Hatch to Spa-Francorchamps, the Nordschleife, Red Bull Ring, Imola, Ricardo Tormo in Spain, and then we go to Assen, Knutstorp in Sweden, Nemunoziedes in Lithuania, Torkielsi in Poland, and then yeah, Brno. So I think it's warm up again. I'm going to put back the image, in-game image. I think it is warm up again. And yeah, they're going to warm up again, and I think now there should be a standing start. Should be standing start. Going to check how you guys live stream are doing. If you want to say anything, your let's go FRA from Elijah Jeremy Cristobal. They sure are good form. They sure are. I don't know whether we have the full grade then, because it was 29. We have 26. So there's people missing. And Svein Gilhood has been given some kind of mismatch, which is weird because he was fine on quali. But I guess we should have to wait for them. But right now we have some warm up. We have something to watch on track. And I'm going, yeah. So yeah, guys in the chat, if you want to interact or something, or you want to tell me something, it's your time. Feel free to tell me anything, but please remind yourselves, we're live. Please do not swear. Warm up sending. Who will win? Asks Carl Magnus Bore. Whoever finishes first and crosses the line the earliest. That's who will win. Answering a few questions with you with a little bit of humor. Obviously, you can't predict who's going to win, but you can have an idea. You know, Philip Valens and Paul. I think that's Unai Watto starting second after all, because I don't know who was in second. I'm sure there was someone else. And yeah, Peter Jones. It was Peter Jones. Peter Jones was in second. So Peter Jones is in second. And they were separated by 22,000. It's going to be close. No, 22,000 was to Unai Watto. It is going to be 8,000 between first and second. And for your information, Carl, your boys Van starting 6th. As they're going to be called to the grid. They're called to the grid, and I think it should be 30 driver grid. And yeah. So let's revise again the grid. Philip Verlin in first with 4 MPG, then Peter Jones, Unai Awado, Mark Sverker, Konstantin Grimminger, Gilhood in 6th, Lopez, Ross, Wonders, and Auga. That's the top 10. Frau, Kirinos, Turgalavicius, Gausitis, Rodriguez, Williamson, Amros, Laurinavicius, Teglas, Johnson, Bustamante, Gonzalez, Klein, Raglan, Voix, Alvarez, Hernandez, Holohan, Vasquez, and rounding off the grid, for some reason, is Alfie Bevan. Didn't qualify there, but he's starting there. And we're missing Philip Volan to the grid, and someone else in the back. Like, I can't really know who that is, but that should be 24th place, which is Kenneth Ragland. No, 22nd, Angel Gonzalez. They're now on the grid. Going to check everybody's on the grid. Angel's on the grid. And the race is on. It's a very good start from Philip Volan, not so good from Peter Jones. And Max Verk is going to round the outside behind Unai Awado. We also have Konstantin Grimminger, I believe that is up into 4th. It's a very bad start by Peter Jones as Philip Volan leads into turn number 4, almost into the grass. I think that's contact between Grimminger and Sverker. Sven Gilhood, and on the air goes Peter Jones, and I think he was almost spun round. He was almost spun round, down into 11th, but leading is Philip Voland, and this is Voix on last right now, but Sverka is now up into 2nd, it says, although, I don't know, where's Unai? Unai's on 2nd, but he's not being timed. Unai's on 2nd. Anyways, it says Mark's in 2nd, but I'm pretty sure he isn't. There you see Max Verka trying to... Alright, now it is. Unai in 2nd, fighting with Max Verka. He should be fighting, and he should have been fighting in Curitiba. He was taken out. But Philip, across the line to finish lap number 1. 18 minutes and a bit remain. 20 minutes of race, remember. And Unai cuts the corner in order to keep ahead of Max Verka. That's going to be looked from the stewards. And then we have Grimminger, Gilhood, Ross, Lopez, Jurgelavicius, Wonders, and Jones, the top 10. And the debut drivers, which are Jones, Willemsen, and then we have also Voix, and that's also Klein, are not doing as good as our debut drivers. Also Bustamante in 21st, but 30 drivers, so today half the field gets the points. I thought it was the top 10 at Curitiba. Now it's top 15 who get points. Very big grid today. It's not the record for IVRC though, but very, very big grid. As round the final corner goes Voland again, and Unai and Sverka still fighting. You can see here the onboard bag of Unai Awado. As very close goes Sverka, and we're going to see very close to cutting the corner over the curve. They go down into turn number 4. Sverka keeps behind. He needs some good results, some consistent results in order to stay in the championship fight, as Gilhood is up in 5th. He's not on his best level today, but he's up there and trying to snatch some good points if something wrong happens. And Grimminger hits Sverka. And I think something happened because Unai almost spun round. But Voland leading, and that's I think that's a first Johnson. No, it's not a first Johnson. It's Voix, as Willemsen has retired, but Voix is right now about to be lapped. Unai is still in 2nd. Sven is up into 3rd. So Sven has made some moves in order to go back up there. And look at that. Sverka versus Gilhood. This could be the championship fight throughout the year. And it's looking like Sverka is going to try and get past. Sverka was having better pace, but a few mistakes and the contact with the hairpin of turn number 7 have given Gilhood the chance to go past. Sverka's Voix gets out of the way. Sverka trying to catch up into Gilhood. I think that's Voix going over the curves. I don't think that's the best line if you're getting lapped. But right now the order: Voland, Awado, Gilhood, Sverka, Grimminger, Ross, Lopez, Jones, Jurgelavicius, Wonders, Bevan, Frau, Rodriguez, Kirinos, and Saulis Laurenovicius rounding off the top 15 and the points scoring zone. As fighting, a little bit of contact made between Sverka and Gilhood. Fighting they are. And Willemsen, why has he retired? That's my question right now. Round the outside, he's going to try and go. Will he brake late enough, or is he going to try and make the switchback? It's a little bit of a chicane, so he can make the kind of switchback you will make in a normal corner. Round the outside into turn number 4, he's going to try and go. Can he keep the momentum? It's very hard to get around the outside in that corner, turns number 4 and 5. He's getting the slipstream again. He's going to try and go into turn number 7. Goes defensive, Sven Gilhood. Round the outside, he's going to try and go. Switchback. Griminger also trying to make a little bit of a move. He almost gets the inside of Sverker. Sverker was quick enough to defend that. And also again trying to make the switchback. So Gilhood defending really well here. And Sverker doesn't seem to be that close right now to go into turn number 11. He's going to try and get the outside line. And locks up a little bit, also locked up a little bit Sven Gilhood. They're going to stay where they are right now. Let's go check if there are some fights behind. There's some big fights. Alfie Bevan from 30th. He's up into 10th already, so he's got good pace. But he needs to keep it. Also, Pablo Lopez has lost a few places. This is the fight for third again. As that's Chubby Ross trying to join again. Commentator's cause as he spins onto the grass. But Griminger, we're going to have a look at this fight through Griminger's view. Into the turn number 7 hairpin. They're very close altogether. The pace seems to be really equal here. But Volan is going to try and go with the win. As 13 minutes and 43 seconds remain on the clock. Lap number 7 about to start. Done 5 laps already. It's being a short circuit. A lot of laps will be done. And they make contact again. Sverker dive bombing or trying to. Or braking very late. You can see the bump on the rear right part of Gilhood's car. And is Gilhood going to go defensive into turn number 1? No, he isn't. Sverker is not going to launch a crazy move. Curve a little bit. Around the outside, he's going to try and go again into turn number 4. That didn't work last time out. And even Griminger is having a look. Champion of 2018, 2019 1 and 2019 2. Mark Sverker, champion of every season. Played easier. As Griminger is too far behind to take an advantage out of that fight. Because they were fighting really hard. They were losing position. And that's Sverker. Very close to the back of Gilhood again. As Griminger has lost a bit of ground, around 1 second lost. But is Sverker going to try and make a move around the outside? He forces Gilhood on the inside line, which is kind of worse. And now they're again what they were last lap. Gilhood is going to go defensive. It looks like he's almost going into the pit lane. But Sverker getting the slipstream of him around the outside. He's going to try and go into turn number 1. It's chicane again. Very close. He gets a better run. And he has to try the outside. Gilhood is not going to let him use the inside at any moment. He tries to switch back now instead of going around the outside. But Gilhood covers the line perfectly. Again into the hairpins. And this is going to be all the laps it seems. Because Gilhood covers the outside. Then covers the line Sverker is going to take. No, he doesn't now. He's going to try and go around the outside again to turn number 8. 2 hairpins together. And into the run of the 2 Kingstons, 9 and 10. Is he going to go side by side? No, he isn't going side by side. But they are really close. Into turn number 11. He's going to try and get the overtake done. He gets the outside line again. Gilhood always covering the inside. And the switchback doesn't kind of work. Switcheroos all the way since lap 1 it looks. Into lap number 9 they go now. And right now if Mark Sverker overtakes, it's going to be really hard for him to catch back. Oh, a tank slapper for Gilhood. He's lost a place. Lost the control a little bit of the car. He's down into 4th now. Past goes Sverker. And he's 5 seconds behind Unai Aguado. So Aguado kind of has the position done. But Sverker goes a little bit wide. Sverker going a little bit wide. And into turn number 8, locking up a lot. And Gilhood is going to try and make the move now into turn 11 if he cuts the slip from he's close enough. Or is Mark going to use the same strategy, covering the inside every corner possible? He covers the inside now, goes a little bit wide, covers his line. I think for now they're going to stay where they are. Someone has flashed the lights. And Xavi Ross is trying to catch up again as these three guys fight. Konstantin Grimminger is more or less being an excellent spectator. He's got the best view of anyone. He's around the outside, around the inside, should I say, tried to go Gilhood. It wasn't working, it looks like. As back into fourth, Gilhood goes. Around the outside had gone Grimminger. It looked like he had it, but didn't. And he didn't cover the inside now. I thought Sven could try very late braking, but you wouldn't make the corner that way. And I think that's Voix getting lapped again. Also Bustamante and Klein. Because I think that's Bustamante and Klein. Yeah, that's Bustamante and Klein getting lapped. Their two guys are fighting, and that's pretty much one of the few fights there are. Vivan and Jurgelavicius are fighting for 9th as well. But Bustamante going into the grass to let the faster cars through, and Gilhood has left a little bit of space to lap guys. Corner cutting goes Grimminger, and Bustamante tried to take advantage of Clean letting through the others. Bustamante round the inside, and they make a little bit of contact. They're both in the first race here in the TCC, so they're not used to this racing. And I think Clean has kept the position. So a battle for 27th. They are living it like it was 3rd. As we're watching as well, 3rd place fight. This is Van Gilhood for FRA, championship leader with 49 points. Trying to catch the current champion Max Verka. Max Verka recovering a little bit from that poor performance in that you saw in Curitiba from him. As there's a little bit of a yellow flag. Not sure where that was. Into lap number 12 of the race for them. They're 9 seconds behind Philip Voland on the lead. Hasn't lost the lead for now. He might try to make a Grand Slam, by the way, because he's got pole, he's leading all the laps. Will he try to get the fastest lap? Sure, he will try to get that. Also, Evers Jansen and Bustamante have DNF'd. Happened to Evers Jansen and Bustamante because they weren't that close in the track, but two guys are still fighting. And a little bit of a chat I see here on the YouTube chat. Into turn number 11, these two guys are going to go again, but it's around half a second of gap. Berg is still covering the inside. Still, there was no overtaking chance. He's lost a little bit of time. But I'm sure that Gilhood is going to try and go closer again because he was really close. He left a little bit of gap while they were lapping Clean and Bustamante. But it doesn't look like they're recovering again. And yeah, they're close, but they're still not back in the fight. This is Verka. He's 6 seconds and a half around that. Behind Awado. I think Awado has done a very good race. He's doing a very good race. Remember, he didn't finish any of the races in Curitiba. I think that's Voix or Clean, one of those. I think that's Voix. Yeah, that's Voix. Kevin Voix, I think it is. And he's being lapped for the 2nd time. Very poor. Oh, and Voland. Voland's lost the lead. I hadn't noticed, but Voland's lost the lead and Awado could win the race. Let's watch the replay. Oh, Voix, what have you done? Voix has taken out the leader. Going to watch this quickly again, and he was letting him through and he missed the corner completely. Oh my god, so we have a pretty much a good example of Brazil 2018 Verstappen Ocon, and Awado could win for Rotodos. So it would be the first Cupra win for this of the season, and United would take the first different win in the Rookies Cup from Xavi Ross. Xavi Ross right now leading the Rookies Cup with steel with an glove of steel, should we say? Because he's leading with both Rookie Cup wins. And wait a moment, my image is frozen for a little bit. It's back now. And yeah, I'm pretty sure Voland and all his team are not going to be happy about that. Neither is going to be probably Voix, but you know, things that happen. As Lopez, I'm pretty sure Lopez wasn't expecting something like this to happen. Max Verken, Gilhood back into the fight for third as they're back that close. 4 minutes and 14 seconds remain. And into turn number 7 they're going to go again, the 2 hairpins. And Voix has decided to retire from the race. Voix has decided to retire from the race. And by the way, we're going to check out the running order right now. So Aguado leads Volan second, and Sverka, Gilhood, Grimminger, Jones, Ross, Pablo Lopez, then Alfie Beeman, Kirinos, Jurgelavicius, Frau, Rodriguez, Gauzitis, and Francisco Vasquez rounding off the top 15 and the points scoring zone. The only driver who finished both races and hasn't taken a point is Vasquez, although Vasquez was disqualified from race number 2 because of brake checking others. But right now the fight is Sverka versus Gilhood. Very close together, and I think Volan, by the way, has taken some time on Awado, so Awado hasn't got the win on his hands right now. We could see a fight for the lead as well. Sverka has to defend from Gilhood on the Opel Astra. Cupra versus Opel on both sides. First on second are a Cupra and an Opel. Third and fourth are another Cupra and another Opel. The fight keeps going, but my screen is freezing more each time. There you go, around the outside. Sven maybe trying to go very close. These two guys are on board with Sven on the rear of the car. He's got a camera. He's going to go slipstream. Around half a second behind. He's not quite close enough. Maybe in the final lap he could try one of the biggest dive bombs in history, but right now there's no point of trying it. Plus, you could get a very big penalty for that. But Grimminger has lost a little bit of ground for these guys. And Peter Jones, he's back up into 6th, but not quite where he would want to be after starting second this race. And Awado and Volan are very close together. Less than a second for a moment. And 1 minute and a bit, so that's pretty much 2 or 3 laps remaining. Will Awado keep it? That's the question. I think I hit the microphone. Will Awado keep it? Because they're very close together. 1.3 seconds, 1.1 now. And Sven Gilhood is through Sverka. I missed this one, but I was checking out the lead anyways. Sven has gone past Sverka, and that's one of the CS10 cars. I think that's probably Angel Gonzalez. And yeah, Sverka has 1 minute, around 2 laps maybe, to try and get back the lead. Maybe 1 lap only after this. To turn number 7 they go. They're still quite close together. Turn number 8 now. And I think they're getting very close to another lapped car. Who should be Laszlo Teglas. Indeed, it is Laszlo. He's down in 24th place. But I was sure someone was going to get lapped. And Laszlo is on a team which is half owned by Swinigal. Yes, it's Tevez Shadow Swinigal Racing Team. Anyways, fight for the lead now. Unai versus Voland. And I think this is going to be the final lap. Because they haven't crossed the first sector line yet. It's final lap now. Unai versus Voland. Is Voland going to give the victory away, or is Unai going to be a fair man and recognize he was taken out by back marker? It's racing still, but it's not as fair as any kind of any other kind of win. But very close is Philip Voland. He's probably going to try and make a crazy move into the final corner. We're going to watch this fight until the end now. Unai Watto doesn't cover the inside line. Voland braked very late. He tried the move, but into the straight. I don't think it's going to be enough time. Into the finish line. Unai Watto, after not finishing any of the races at Curitiba, wins race 1 in Turagua. Unai Watto, first win. No, not first win indeed. It's second win in his TCC career. And third is Sven Gilhood. Sverka, who doesn't look like a happy man. This is still going pretty quick. In fourth, then Grimminger, who's just going upside down. Yeah, I'm probably checking the standings, but I'm not seeing anything on my screen. Just going to tell you that. Peter Jones up into 6th debut. Xavi Ross, Paulo Lopez in 8th. Alfie Bevan, biggest comeback in TCC now, from 30th to 9th. Then Kirinos, Jurgelovicius, Frau, Rodriguez, Larinavicius, Gausitis, running off the point scoring zone. And then it's Francisco Vasquez, Auga, Ragland, Amros, Richard Wanders, Carlos Alvarez. Finishes a race now. David Hernandez, whose pace here wasn't any good either. Holuhan, Laszlo Teglas, and Angel Gonzalez, with Damien Clean finishing last. And Kevin Voix, Oscar Evers Johnson, Agustin Bustamante, and Williamson out of the race. So congratulations to Unai Watto, but remember guys, we have another race to do, and we have it in a few moments. I hope you have enjoyed race 1. Race 2 is coming very soon, in a few minutes. We're back now, as the race is going to start in a few spins and crashes and upside downs in the warm-up, as you have seen. And, oh, crashing goes again, Grimming, no, that's Volan indeed. But again, going into pit lane. A lot of cars here. It's going to be 28 now for the second race. 28. And the grid is set. First order, Williamson, Johnson, Clean, Gonzalez, Douglas, Holohan, Hernandez, Alvarez, Wonders, Ross, Ragland, Auga, Vasquez, Coyotes, Lorena Vicious, Rodriguez, Frau, Jurgala Vicious, Kirinos, Stephen Lopez, Ross, Jones, Grimminger, Zverk, Gilhood, Volan, and Unai Aguado. That's grid. Ross, Aguado starting last because of his win. And of course, Williamson starting first, although he didn't quite finish. Weird to me because I remember back last season, if you didn't finish, you wouldn't get the reverse grid advantage, but maybe that rule's changed. So now, this is going to be real crazy, because of course the quick guys, or the guys that have shown to be quick, are in the back. The guys not as quick are in the top. And by the way, I think it is one of the new guys, Voig, I think it is. He's not here, and I'm missing also Hernandez. Everyone getting into the grid. We'll have 1, 2, 3, 4 lights. Lights are off, and off goes the race. Williamson leads as Vers Johnson has missed the lights by quite a margin. Gonzalez up into second, and we have Wonders. And oh, I think that is big crash for Williamson as Gonzalez takes the lead with Wonders second. There, Vers Johnson. Well, not Vers Johnson anymore. Then Auga, Ragland. Now Vers Johnson, Kirinos. And back from my side, I think that's then we have Frau and Peter Jones. Max Verk up into 9th already. There's a very big, very huge makeup of positions. Also Pablo Lopez up there. And I'm going to check because I think, yeah, Angel Gonzalez is leading. And should we check where the other top drivers are? Because we have Fran Rodriguez in 18th. And there was a big crash at the start. Sven Gilhood and Unai Aguado fighting for 23rd. But of course, Max Verker's experience has proven to be crucial at the start of the second race. Angel Gonzalez leads into lap number 2 with Richard Wonders in second, Auri Masauga, Kenneth Ragland, Oscar Vers Johnson, Jesus Kirinos, Peter Jones, Max Verker, Lopez and Frau running up the top 10, and Boland, Amros, Ross, Durgalavicius, Wilhelm, now Durgalavicius and Wilhelm trading positions, Vasquez, Vivan, Holohan, Grimminger, down to 21st is Rodriguez, Gilhood, Gauzetis, Lorena Vicious, Aguado, Clean and Alvarez. But the fight for the lead is on as they are very close, and Max Verker is coming. Will Verker get his first win of the season? That's up to him. But I think it's going to be between Jones and Verker. Because Jones has got a very good pace, and he's also up into 7th. 16 positions for Jones, 17 for Sverker. And I think Sverker is going to take that record from Alfie. Alfie just took a big record, which is the biggest comeback in TCC, 21 positions. And he told me, or he told the group, that one of them was outside lap 1. Lap 1 was crazy for him. And maybe Max Verker will apply some kind of team orders here. I'm not saying he will. I'm just doubting. Maybe Max Verker applies some kind of team orders. You know, he's a champion. He knows how to overtake and win this, but And maybe then he lets him get back up. But right now, the fight for the lead is on. Angel Gonzalez versus Richard Wonders, Aaron Massago and Kenneth Raglan, very close, all four. But it's Wonders versus Gonzalez, the big fight, as Gonzalez goes wide into turn number 7 and goes through Richard Wonders into the lead. Will this be the first lap he leads in history of TCC for him? Our guys watching behind, and there's a little bit of a fight. I think someone's Jansen. They're passing Jansen, so Jones is down into 7th, and Sverker's up into 9th, into 6th, should I say? And Jones dive bombs Sverker, who also is dive bombed by Evers Jansen. Very wide went Jones, so Sverker is up into 6th already. And Sverker and Jones need to play this as a team game, because, you know, as a team, if you don't make stupid moves, you can get up and do it. And you can stretch this 2.5 second gap. Plus, you need to work as a team and not fighting each other. Kirinos up into 5th. 14 places he's also made up. It's a very good start from Kirinos, who's, we haven't commented it, but he's racing in his home soil. He's racing in, not hometown probably, but home soil at least. As Angel Gonzalez is trying to get back the lead from Wonders. And that is Raglan dive bombing into Gonzalez. Raglan doing one of his moves again. It's pretty normal that he does these kind of moves already. And Gonzalez, will he try to make the move again? It looks like, but he's not close enough. Arena's very close. The top 5 are very, very close. I think it's maybe 1 second or 1 second and a half, maybe 2 seconds. The highest gap possible is 1 second, 0.6 from 5th to 1st. As Auge tries to go around the inside of Gonzalez, and Sverker is already closing the gap, 1.1 seconds behind Kirinos. Sverker and Jones have worked it out, and they're now right behind them almost. As Pablo Lopez is up into 8th as well. Pablo, whose objective is probably a top 5 or top 8 in the championship, and right now he's pretty much far behind. Look at that. Kirinos very close is Sverker behind. Sverker, yep, into 6th. 19 positions. If he goes on to the podium, he will claim that record from Bevan. Bevan, by the way, who isn't racing right now. So Bevan hasn't gone into race number 2 as Sverker hits Kirinos, and I would let Kirinos through in case I get some kind of penalty. He does so, but Jones is going to try and make a move now. Oh, Bevan is racing, by the way, but he's a lap down. Where I wonder why. I mean, maybe he was lapped. But oh, very close. I think Jones shouldn't be interrupting the moves from Sverker, because that's not going to help. Jones is making some crazy debut moves. Yeah, he's on his debut, but you know, let the most experienced driver do his thing. Sverker, by the way, he's only missed ever 3 races of TCC. He's only missed 3, and those were last season. Just having a perfect record up until Okayama in 2019 too. So he's very experienced. He could be the 100% record. But I don't know why he missed that one round, but you know, things happen. As Gonzalez is back through, and Raglan dive bombs, but Raglan very aggressive, closing the line on Gonzalez. And onto the slipstream of Raglan goes back Gonzalez and Sven Gilhood, by the way, where is he? He's up into 14th, Aguado in 16th. So Gilhood and Aguado having a little bit of more difficult times to come back. Versus Sverker, who is on the front already, and up into 5th almost. He's side by side with Kirinos. Into turn number 6 they go. He's going to try and make the switch back for the hairpin. Is he going to try and take the inside? That's Jones. Jones is going to try and dive bomb Sverker, and Kirinos thinks about it. I think Kirinos just said, okay, I'll take the positions. Both of them, but he's side by side with Jones. Probably going to make Sverker get a little bit of a breathe from Jones. As that is Boland trying to go back up the field as well. He lost the win. And he's up into... big dive from Voland. I think he missed the braking. And he's killed a little bit of Kirinos. Well, not a little bit. He's killed Kirinos' race. As Gilhood is up into 13th now. Back up with Zverka. And there was a little bit of a fight there with Gonzalez and Ragland, who have missed positions, and Zverka is up into 3rd. Zverka could be getting the podium now, up into 3rd position. It will be the first podium of the season, 3 races in a row, more than that, 4. Now the podium, that's disgusting for Zverka, disgusting a start of the season, not disgusting, but pretty bad, should we say. Going to try and make a move into turn number 11. Aramis Auga is the one. Turn number 1, he's going to try and make the move for Aramis Auga. 22 places, that's the record right now. 22 places is gained already. Round the inside into turn number 4. Aramis Auga has to be smart here. Do not make contact. You're fighting for the best result possible. And Zverka knows how to fight. And almost a spinning round went Auga. And he's lost a place to Jones, I think. Or no, to Ragland. He's lost a place to Kenneth Ragland. This also Peter Jones on the back there. And I think it's Philip Volan fighting with Angel Gonzalez. A little bit of a fight everywhere this one race, because of course the comeback they need to do. But Richard Wonders comfortably leading 4 seconds ahead of Zverka. Could be getting the MPG win here, but of course he's a rookie this season. And he's doing rather well in this current race. Looking at the back there, Zverka very far away right now. There's a 2 wide here, Angel Gonzalez and Philip Volan. It looked like a 2 wide. Side by side, but they weren't that close. Ross and Lopez fighting it out. Not the first tier of Lopez and Rotodos fight we've seen. We might see a lot of these throughout the season. Also, Volan trying to attack Gonzalez. And round the outside he's going to try and go. It's not the best place to go round the outside. Round the inside goes Ross on Lopez though. He's got the outside line now for turn number 8 as Voland. He is behind Gonzalez and Lopez keeps the place. Now onto the slipstream of Voland. Ross is on Lopez's slipstream. Round the outside he's going to try and go Ross. He thinks about it. Round the inside goes Voland, makes the move stick. And now Gonzalez on the B team for Rotodos. He needs to think about priorities, and the priority right now should be defending, not letting someone through. They're the B team, but that doesn't mean they have to let the A team through. Free to race they are. I'm pretty sure about that. Ross is going to go down the inside into turn number 4 as Lopez locks a little bit the front right. And Ross is through. The fight continues for Pete number 8. As now Aramis Auga loses the place to Peter Jones. As Zverka is still 4 seconds, I think, or 3.5 seconds behind Wonders. Wonders with a healthy lead. 2 laps, half a second in 2 laps, he's been cut. Maybe Wonders gets the win. We still have a long time to go. Around 7 seconds and 46 seconds. 7 minutes and 46 seconds. Sure. Same. He's still leading. Down into some more fighting. Auga and Jones. Volan getting close. Lopez has gone up into 7th as think Gonzalez has had some kind of issue because he's down in 10th probably, or 11th even. And Lopez trying to defend, he's got a bit of a bump in the front. Oh, but very close is Chavi. Is it still Chavi Ross? Because, yeah, it's Chavi Ross. Run the inside into turn number 8. Very close. Slipstream for Pablo Lopez there into turn number 11. He's going to try and go. The Kings 9 and 10. Run the outside. He's going to try and take the outside line. But I think Chavi Ross is going to keep the inside in the position. As Frau is now looking at this Spanish fight. And he's going to say, okay, I'm going to join this. Toreros, come here. Who is going to be the highest torero? Bullfight here. Should we say the bullfight, the South American bullfight now, because it's a Spanish fight in South America, and yeah, whatever. Lopez is still behind Ross. Is he going to try and make that dive bomb to 7? No, he isn't, but I don't know whether Sverk is catching up. I think he's catching up. 2.5 seconds in the last 2 laps. Yeah, it looks like he could catch up, and he's got a lapped car. Laszlo Teglas. Wonders has to be aware of the lapped cars and has to be aware of how to. Oh, very. Oh, he's Laszlo. Teglas, please. That's not how you're intended to do it. And both FRAs, Bevan and Jansen, are out of the race, by the way. And Teglas in 25th lap down. So last year we had a only top 10 point scoring system, and around not as many cars participated, so it was easier to get points. This year it's going to be a nightmare for some. Like Teglas, you can see he's not on the pace today. He wasn't on the best of paces on Curitiba, but he survived the chaos and went through to take a good points. Good points he took there. And wonders whether he will win the race. One of the most horrible jokes I've ever done. But Sverker in 2nd. That'll be a good points haul for Gil against Gilhood though, because Gilhood would only get 6 points, and Sverker would get. Let me check how many they get. I have to check this. He would get 20. So 14 points that he would take away from him. He would be very close, because they finished 3rd and 4th in the last race right now. If it finished like this, Sven would be with 63 points, and Sverker would be up with 59. So there would be 4 points apart. 4 points. That's how close that would be. But of course, Gilhood has time to climb back up into more places, although he's got a big 7-second gap to climb up to Kurinos. And Sverker could take the win, so maybe if he wins, I think he would take the championship lead by 1 point. The lapped car is not helping Wonders. I accidentally turned off the microphone, sorry. And Wonders behind Clean, who is not getting out of the way. Clean now gets out of the way. And Sverka is right behind Wonders now. So Wonders has had a big issue with the lapped cars, as Peter Jones and Raglan fighting for the last podium position for Swinigal. And Sverka is down the inside of Wonders. Is he going to make the move stick now? He's got another hairpin to go after this. Wonders tried to close the door, but it wasn't enough. Sverka is up into the lead. Champion is back in form, it looks, because the champion wasn't in form in Curitiba. That Brazilian party, Brazilian samba, wasn't all wasn't what he liked, it seems. But in Venezuela, the championship defense starts again. You can see there, 3 tenths separated first and second drivers. He's right now leading the race. 24 places made up. I think someone's made more. Philip Volan has only made 21. I thought he would make more. But there's a yellow flag somewhere, and I wonder where, actually. But Sverker and Wonders are still fighting. Is Wonders going to try and go around the inside? That's my question right now. He's far. He's very far. He's not going to be close enough to do it. And after this lap, I think there's going to be 19 laps as the previous race. Look at that, very close they are. Looking up is Sverker, but still leading. And I think Gilhood should be 10th still. Gilhood is 10th and 5.5 seconds behind Kirino, so unless there's drama between some guys here. Both twin eagle cars, for example, as they're making contact. Jones defending from Ragland. Guys, you shouldn't do this, you're in the same team. But Sverker, maybe my calculations are wrong and we have to wait until the final results come later this week, but it should be 25 and 13 are 38, 25 and 13 are 38, and then 16 and 6 are 22, 38, and yeah, the difference that they make is 16 points, and the current difference with the actual standings without the Venezuela results is 15. So Sverker would take the lead. Well, he would overtake Gilhood, but probably he would overtake also Ross. He's definitely going to overtake Tickman, who hasn't appeared today. So I'm pretty sure he might take the lead, or at least overtake Gilhood. Anyways, we're going to start probably a final lap now. Yeah, the final lap is starting right now. The clock goes down to 0, and it's the final lap of the race. 19 laps again. It's been... very close to losing it goes Sverker. Wonders, who's going to take the first podium of his career in TCC. Or at least right now he's set to do so. Also, Holohan has DNF'd again. And Ross, Carino's Frau, where's lost Lopez? We've lost Lopez is down in 13th. Lost Gonzalez in 16th. Williamson, Grimminger is down into 18th. There's been a little bit of issues for everyone today. Damien Clean losing it, as we're going to with Sverker, who's now into the final corner, into the hairpin. Round he goes, exits the corner, and the champion is back into the main straight. Mark Sverker wins the second race of Turagua, and by my calculations, he should be back in the lead. Congratulations to Sverker. Richard Wonders, first podium of his career in second. 2 second places for MPG today. In third has finished the other swinging of Peter Jones. Then that is Kenneth Ragland. Philip Voland in the end has taken 5th. Ari Masauga in 6th. Kavi Ross is 7th. Then Kirinos, Frau, and Sven Gilhood has taken 10th. Martin Galafish finishes in 11th, with Unai Aguado in 12th, taking 4 precious points. Lopez is 13th, with Causitis in 14th. Amros finishing the point scoring zone 15th. Williamson close to the points this race in 16th, then Lauren Vicious. Fran Rodriguez in 18th. Vasquez finishing right now in 19th. Gonzalez, Reminger, who I think maybe had to DNF. Alvarez down in 22nd. Teglas in 23rd. Clean in 24th and DNF'd. Holohan, Jansen, and Bevan. So this is the race, and congrats to Max Verker as we said, updated standings right now. Sverka be with 26, 38 again. I'm doing the maths again. Sverka 64, Gilhood 63. That would be quick maths. That would be the championship standings from the top two, unless Chavi Ross has had another 32 points added to his tally, which with 1/7 place and no wins, it hasn't. So I can kind of confirm Max Verker will take over the lead of the standings, but we have to wait for the final results to come. I'll try to get something new for the opening of these races next round onwards, but it's pretty much been it. That's pretty much it, and yeah, I'm going to try and get Max Verker to do a quick interview. I'm going to try and get him, but he's done a really good race right now. And it's been very good from him. The first lap was amazing. I'll tell you that. So we're getting Max Verker. Welcome, Mark. Congratulations on that win. Amazing first lap. Can you explain us what happened, because I couldn't even check what happened right there.
Actually, I have no idea what happened. I just was going. Yeah, well, I was standing at the grid, and I was like, yeah, well, let's try to get very smooth and carefully into the first corner. And yeah, then everyone just fucked it up completely, and I was lucky to survive that. Came out as, I don't know, 9th or 8th or something. And
Ninth. You were
yeah,
ninth.
I think in the end, I guess you should interview Richard Wanders, because I believe I will get a penalty afterwards for spinning around Ernest Mruis in the fourth corner of the first lap.
Yeah, also going to interview him because it's his first podium. But
yeah,
whether you get the penalty after all, without the penalties with the unofficial results, you're currently 1 point ahead of Gilhood. Do you think you can take onto the championship fight again?
I'm pretty sure. Well, let's not say I'm pretty sure. That would be yeah, that would be from the high ground to the bottom, and I don't like that formulating style. Let's say I actually believe there is a chance of Gilhood getting a penalty for race 1-2. So that could be pretty interesting. I guess if he gets a penalty and I get a penalty for race 2, we could be equal on points, if I'm correct. Yeah, actually, I don't think that I could beat Gilhood over the whole season. It was just a race today where, where I got the lucky card once again, like pretty often during the last 2 or 3 seasons, and I just managed to get through everything, every shit that was going on around me. Yeah,
Please no swearing.
That
No
won't
swearing,
happen.
please.
That won't happen the whole series, the whole season. So I guess I'm happy if I finish the season in. Yeah, let's say my season goal is to get third overall. I'm pretty lucky with that.
Well, thank you very much, and again, congrats on the win. I think you're probably champions are designed because of how you drive, and that first lap was amazing. Congrats for that, for surviving that one.
Just luck, pure luck.
Well, you have to get luck, and champions always get luck. Yeah, congratulations.
Thank you very much. Hope we see each other in the next few weeks.
Yeah, hopefully. So now we're going to get Peter Jones, who seems to be waiting.
User was moved to your channel.
Hello, Peter.
Hello.
Congrats on your debut. Very good races. How do you feel about them?
I'm not entirely sure what to think because I came into this weekend not expecting as much lag as there was. So when it happened the first race around, I had no idea how to react, and I got completely caught out, as you can probably see. So I think I dropped down to 9th in that one, then came back up to 6th. And then race 2, I was kind of expecting it more, but I still got caught out in turn 1, and I'm amazed I survived. I survived going through everyone, to be fair, but I made it out in 7th somehow. And overall, I'm actually impressed that the reverse grid race was my best race, especially considering I qualified 2nd.
Yeah, also, you've got to remember in race 2, we've been talking now to Mark, and Mark says he might get a penalty, so you might be up into P2. First podium, it must feel great to have it on your first weekend on TCC.
Yeah, I think it was a surprise that I was actually on pace because I certainly wasn't expecting to be there initially, but I think seeing as I qualified 2nd and I was so close to even getting pole, I think 3rd was a little bit disappointing for me overall.
Anything else to say? You want to thank someone or dedicate the podium?
I think, well, of course, I want to thank the team, and I want to thank Mark for actually letting me in because the team's the reigning champion, and I wasn't expecting to even get a team, let alone in such a big team as this. So yeah, thanks to him.
Congrats on the podium, probably 2nd place, and hope to see you in the rest of the TCC season now. Because your racing it seemed really good. I hope you enjoyed the fight with Kenneth, by the way. Although being your teammate, it was very close at times.
Yeah, it got. I was a little bit worried we were actually going to make contact at a few points, but we both managed to hold it together, so it's all okay.
Congratulations, mate.
Thank you.
And now, final interview now with Richard Wonders.
User was moved out of your channel. User was moved to your channel.
Hey Richard, how are you
Hello.
doing?
Yeah, I'm doing very great. It was a fun race. So.
Congratulations on the podium and possibly the win because Mark Svelke has told me he might get a penalty. He might have a big enough penalty to give you the win. How do you feel about that?
Well, I feel really great just to be a rookie and yeah, finish like this on the podium in my 2nd race on the TCC Championship. It's great.
Your 2nd TCC weekend indeed. The first one didn't quite go to plan, as you would expect. The 2nd one has been much better, should we say? At least in the 2nd race, the first race was still not as you would have wanted, right?
Yeah, no, the first race was like, yeah, I was feeling quite confident on P10, but then I spun out into the first corner and I just dropped a lot of places. Yeah, so yeah, then I was set in 21, yeah, 21, place 21, and I overtook Laszlo to place 20, but yeah, that was the end of the race.
So you're pretty much going to enjoy if after all you get the win. I'm pretty sure you're going to enjoy it a lot, right?
Yeah, I'm very happy right now. Just to finish on my 2nd race, so yeah, quite high on the podium and yeah, amazing.
What was your feeling when you overtook Angel and you went up into the lead and you saw they weren't catching you up? You were getting a healthy lead. You were getting it some time over them. And then Mark goes into 2nd. What's your feeling first when you overtake Angel and then when you see Mark is behind you?
At first I was like, shit, Mark is behind me and he is quicker than me, so he would have catch up to me eventually. That's one thing I know. And yeah, when I entered first, I was like, I was very happy. I was a little bit shaky, and I also was trying to keep my focus there and to of course finish.
So as I said, very congratulations.
Yeah,
Very
thank
happy
you.
for you to see that new drivers can shine here. You need to be a little bit lucky here in the first lap because it was a big chaos. It always is, but yeah, congrats.
Yeah, thank you. I really appreciate it. And I'm looking forward to next race and to hopefully get a podium again. But
Hopefully you do. Indeed. Thank you very much.
Yeah,
Moving
no
you
problem.
out of the channel now.
Yeah.
User was moved out of your channel.
So this was Turagua, round number 2 of the season. This has been it. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed a lot. Tomorrow you've got another IVRC race coming because you've got the LWC opening round in Watkins Glen. I think that's going to be Konstantin Grimminger commentating for you tomorrow. But for me, thank you for watching. Thank you for sticking with us, and see you in the next time. Goodbye.